Sustainable development is an organizing principle for meeting human development goals while also sustaining the ability of natural ecosystems to provide the natural resources and ecosystem services on which the economy and society depend. As Kenneth Boulding, an economist, once said, anyone who believes in indefinite growth of anything physical on a physically finite planet is either a madman or an economist. We cannot have infinite growth on a finite planet. We've beaten around the bush enough as a society. It's time to address the main driver for all of our environmentally and social issues right now. Earth Overshoot Day is computed by dividing the planet's capability, which is the amount of ecological resources Earth is able to generate that year, by humanity's ecological footprint, or humanity's demand for that year, and multiplying it by 365, the number of days in a year. Many of Earth's resources are finite. We are currently completely reliant on fossil fuels, iron and other metals, minerals, and even such basic commodities as sand to keep the modern world working. Adding more consumers make those resources run out faster. Some people incorrectly believe that greater efficiencies in the use of resources mean we will use less of them, but there is no evidence to support that. A study by MIT in 2017 evaluated the use of raw materials, such as crude oil and silicon, and found that greater efficiencies led to price reductions, making commodities more affordable, thus increasing their demand and usage. They investigated more than 60 materials and found that in only 6 of them was there a reduction in consumption. Every extra mouth to feed puts more pressure on our food supply and endangers even more the people who are already here. Our food supply is already under threat from multiple factors, including shortage of fresh water, soil depletion, decimated populations of insect pollinators, and climate change. The UN currently projects that we will need 70% more food by 2050. We are already using half the available terrestrial land to grow food inefficiently. Increasing agricultural production beyond this is only going to further quicken our demise as a species. Our only hope to not become extinct ourselves is to lower our agricultural scale. Habitat loss is our most significant threat. We rely on the functioning of natural habitats to meet all our needs, from fresh water to healthy soil and food to raw materials for building shelters and so on. A landmark report on diet and sustainability by the EAT Lancet Commission in 2019 concluded that it is possible to feed a population of 10 billion sustainably, but only if radical action is taken to revolutionize dietary habits and food production. And we are not only running out of time, but we haven't even started to take the necessary steps for that. The global human population is expected to exceed 11 billion people by 2100. Healthy diets from sustainable food systems are only possible for up to 10 billion people, and only if we had 100% sustainable and reliable systems. Past this threshold, it becomes practically impossible. We urgently need to stabilize our population growth. Here we can see the number of planet Earth's population we would need to have if everyone used renewable resources at the same rate as these individual countries. Americans would need 5 Earths at the rate they consume resources, while Nigerians are actually consuming resources at a sustainable rate. Countries are stripping the Earth of its natural resources at a rate that's increasingly leaving the planet barren and inhospitable. If we want to keep eating an omnivorous diet, we need to keep the human population under 3 billion people in order to be able to live sustainably. And even if we all ate a plant-based diet, we would still need to keep our population under 10 billion, and that is only assuming we have bulletproof and efficient process all around. Action to address population is essential if we are to meet the most basic human rights at all, ensuring people to have enough to eat. People should not have to compete for Earth's resources, and all the people have the right to nutritious food and clean water. Everything in our world is connected. Plants are connected to the water cycle, streams are connected to the watershed, and our health and survival are connected to the health and survival of the wilderness. Do you think we can reach a sustainable lifestyle in the near future? Let us know in the comments below, and thank you so much for watching.